All right, man. Towards the top, you know what it is. Oh man. Hey, how y'all doing, man? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's well. Got my old partner up in here, my old friend. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up? What's up with y'all, man? What's up with y'all?
Hey, man. Hope everything's good with you, man. Let me turn this down. You turn your I guess I don't know if that's your volume. It's kind of loud, so
All right, okay.
turn that-
Uh,
your microphone a little bit. That's all.
all right, is that good?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine, man. Keep it that way it is.
Okay.
Like, all right. So
All
look,
right.
hey, man. I'm always talking about all that stuff, but today we gotta talk about Superman, man. We gotta talk about DC.
Mhm.
We're gonna talk about Marvel in another video, but today we're gonna talk about Superman, James Gunn Superman. This is a Marvel guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a Marvel guy. Me and him always debating back and forth. You see, he got the shirt on, the Marvel guy. You know what I'm saying? Guardians of the Galaxy guy. He's that guy. So if he be a little bit hard on Superman, it's because he's a Marvel guy. No, it's not. But I just wanted to put that out there. I'm a DC guy. He's a Marvel guy. So we're gonna talk about Superman, right? All right. So look, before we get into that, Legendary Spill, this is Torch Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful single sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, you know the final ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is right on the screen. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. 13 unsubscribers over 18,000. Yes, I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. Also, go to Torch Talk After Hours and sign up over there as well. So look, man, we're gonna get to it, man. We're gonna talk about this movie, man, because I know he got a lot to say, and I got a lot to say too. All right, man. So recently, James Gunn came out with a Superman. I believe Superman is actually about to come out on not DVD, but it's about to be on streaming services. I think in next week. I'm not sure, but it's coming out on streaming services fast. I think I think in sometime in August. And we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna talk about what we didn't like about the movie, what we liked about the movie, and all this stuff. I really did a review of the movie, and I said what I had to say. And we also gonna compare this to Man of Steel and uh, what we think he did better, what we think he did worse, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to start this off? What you want to do, or you want me to start it off? It's up to you.
And however you want to do it. I could start off and say a few things, and then we could just piggyback back and forth. Like it's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Start it off. Start it off.
All right, so I'm gonna just cut right to the chase. Um, Even though I'm a Marvel guy, like I'm also like a big fan of DC as well. You know, um the reason why people like DC so much over Marvel when it comes to certain aspects was the simple fact that DC was different from Marvel, right? They were different. They were darker. The imagery was darker. It was more dramatized. It was more action. It was less talking. It was more straight to it.
Hmm.
The reason why people liked Marvel so much was the fact that Marvel was colorful. It was entertaining. It had a little bit of both dark and it had drama. They mixed all types of elements in there. You know what I'm saying? But when I came to watch Superman, I thought I was watching a Marvel movie. I couldn't tell the difference. I really couldn't tell the difference. And what really made me upset was the fact that the movie's called Superman. Why isn't Superman playing most of the parts in the movie? Why do we got these cutscenes where these guys are taking up 90% of Superman's screen time? I don't understand that. Like if you were trying to make a Justice League movie, just make it Call it Superman and his super friends or something. They have a cartoon like that. I'm pretty sure y'all know that. Call it Superman and his super friends. Call it Superman and the Justice League. Don't call it Superman and then majority, what do they call them? The Justice Gang? That joint was corny as hell. The Justice Gang? Are you serious? Where did they get that from? Was that actually in the? I do not remember that being in the comic book. I do not
Yeah,
remember them saying nothing
you
about
had
no Justice Gang.
Injustice, Justice Society, Justice League. I maybe there was a Justice Gang. I don't recall it being a Justice Gang.
I don't recall everything you just said. I recall in the comic books. I never heard of a Justice Gang. So when I said, I was like, hold up, what? I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, wait a minute, am I bugging? Was there really a Justice Gang? And I'm trying to figure it out. I was like, there can't be no. I would have known that. So
It might have been a Justice Gang. You know, it's so many different comic books. It could have been a Justice Gang.
yeah, but that's besides my point. You know, my point was that we liked it because it was different. There was nothing dark about this movie. You understand what I'm saying? This movie was like a soap opera. It wasn't the action wasn't like it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Like another like they got a giant. He's fighting a giant dinosaur. Why? They call it a kaiju. Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? You could have fought any. They said, oh yeah, the dinosaur was supposed to be used as a distraction so they could set up their plan. Okay, I get it. But you could have used one of his villains to do that. You could have had you. That was your time to feature another villain. If you was trying to put people that didn't really have much attention paid to them in the DC universe, okay, you could have put another villain in there. There's plenty of people you could have put in there. Why you had to do that? Like, and then look, y'all gonna get mad at me for this, but I don't care. Mr. Terrific. Come on. Are y'all intentionally trying to gaslight folks? Is that's what it is? Are y'all really trying to piss people off? Because I'm saying to myself, like, okay, I like Mr. Terrific, but where's the backstory at? That's one. Two, why you got Mr. Terrific talking like that? Like, I don't remember talking unless I had a fritz of the brain or something like that. Like, why is it every time y'all introduce a black character, y'all got stereotypical make them talk so funny? Like, I don't understand. You didn't do it with Black Lightning. You didn't do it with Luke Cage. So why are you doing it with Mr. Terrific? Oh, I understand the way he dresses like a 70s/80s type of character. I get it. But you don't still have to make him talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all doing like some weird stuff. And then he had he was in the picture it's called Superman, not Mr. Terrific. It's called Superman. I like the black representation. Don't get me wrong. I love the black representation. And I don't really give a damn how y'all feel. This is just my opinion. But what I'm saying is that if you're going to introduce a black character, give him a small backstory. Where did he come from? Why is he there? Like it don't even gotta be no more than 2-3 minutes. Y'all, I'm just, Then you got Ultraman. Ultraman looking like Black Noir/Snake Eyes. What is up with that? What is up with that? Like, if Ultraman's supposed to be a carbon copy of Superman, make him that. Because believe it or not, they did do something like that in the movies back in the earlier Superman movies. They did do something like that. So make him that. It wouldn't have hurt. Do that. Like, what? Man, it just was so much going on here, and I don't even know who the girl was that can she could turn into objects. What I never seen her before a day in my life. I don't know who she is. Like, where did she come from? Like, she's not a Kryptonian. We know that. You know what I'm saying? So who is she? Like, y'all didn't give up no. Like, I know the movie's supposed to be the scene is supposed to be already in session right after all that happened. I know that already. But if you're trying to reintroduce the character, don't you think that you need to do some sort of like small like to get people integrated? Because when I was in the theater, people were confused. When I watched it again, I got confused because I'm trying to figure out where some of these people came from. Even though I know the character, the only one I didn't know was the girl. I knew who the other guy was. I just forgot his name, the one that could turn himself into matter and smoke. And I knew who he was. I've seen him before in a comic book. But the other girl, I didn't know who she was. I didn't even know her name. Did they even mention her name in the comic book? You know what I'm saying? And the positive of it, one of the positives was Lex Luthor was ruthless. Lex Luthor was diabolical. That guy wanted Superman's head on a mantle. He would, to me, he probably was one of the best Lex Luthors I've seen. Like he really played that part down to a science. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is that Lex Luthor could fight to a certain extent. So he didn't throw a punch, but he used his intellect to throw the punches for him, which still made sense in a way, in the movie or whatnot. Um, Crypto, Crypto had more like Crypto was more thorough than Superman. One of the more funnier, entertaining parts was when he attacked Lex Luthor. He went straight at Lex Luthor, went and attacked him like a pit bull. Crypto had more of an aggressive side than Superman, which made no sense to me because I see that they were trying to add some personality to Superman. They were trying to make him like, more human like in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to show like different shades of himself, which I respect. But y'all doing it the wrong way. Like you're doing it the wrong way. We already know who Superman is. So now this is your time to like add whatever layers that we have not seen. The way y'all doing it is not going to hold well with the fans. People are not going to believe that. They're not going to want to watch it. To me personally, I feel like they killed the franchise already. That's how I feel. I feel like it's not going to pin well. It's already going to the streaming services already. It's already going to the streaming service, and if we're trying to compare it to Man of Steel, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. Man of Steel is light years ahead of this version of Superman. I'm sorry, James Gunn, you failed miserably. You know what I'm saying? You failed miserably. Hire bring Zack Snyder back. Like, seriously, bring him back. It's over. It's over before it started. I don't even want to know what they're going to do with the next upcoming film. And Hawk Girl, come on now. She looked more. She looked more like a cover girl model than she actually looked like Hawk Girl. Like you know what I'm saying? Like she ain't look like she was rough at all. The costume was kind of weird. The CGI was kind of weird. The baby Superman in the lava or whatever it was holding the baby looked like a CGI baby. He ain't supposed to look like a CGI baby. We already know it's CGI. It looked like what the Ninja Turtle CGI was better than that.
Hey. Oh man. Oh man. So look, um, it's a lot of things I didn't like about this movie. I can't say there's a lot of things I liked about this movie. Um, I put it to you like this. My biggest issue with Warner Brothers and DC is they got rid of Zack Snyder. And I like Zack Snyder a lot, but I'm not a glazer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them people who just says everything is this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that. Like I didn't like Zack Snyder's last movie. I liked the first one, but I didn't like the second part. It wasn't corny, but it wasn't good either. Like it was just okay to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not one of the people that loves everything that Zack Snyder does.
Yeah, give me if you could pause just for 1 second.
So I'm not really what I'm not a Zack Snyder glazer. I can admit that there was some things I didn't like about his last movie, but when it comes to DC, he had it on lock. I'm talking like from Watchmen to the first Wonder Woman to the Batman versus Superman, the extended edition or the director's cut, the one they didn't cut the movie up, Zack Snyder's Justice League to Superman of Steel. Yeah, he had it on lock, man. He had it on lock. It was, the movies were cohesive. It was a narrative. Although people didn't like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, I think that he was a better Lex Luthor than him. He just didn't look like Lex Luthor. He had hair. I mean, but James Gunn's Superman is basically starting in the middle of, or in a timeline where people already know who Superman is. Zack Snyder didn't do the whole reboot either, but in his version of Superman, you did see the beginning of what happened to Krypton and how I just don't see how anyone can compare Man of Steel to this movie. It's retarded to compare them. We talking about General Zod. Just his character alone is better than this movie. Just his character alone. You know what I'm saying? Just the acting of his alone when they put him into the parts unknown, whatever, when they put that googly stuff all over him and he's like, I will find you, and then he comes back and Superman and him fight. A lot of people hated the fact that Superman killed him at the end, but if you watch the first Superman, he killed Zod in that movie too.
Yep, that's correct.
So I think that Zack Snyder can be a little bit brutal with his movies, and he can be a little bit over the top. Sometimes it be like it's a lot to digest, but his movies make sense. So if you compare Man of Steel, the end scene of Man of Steel when Zod and Superman were fighting, it's directly linked to the first scene of Batman versus Superman, where Superman is upset because Batman is upset because Superman is a god and he's destroying the earth. And he's like, this guy he's destroying everything. But the reason why I bring that up is because from Batman's perspective, he can look at what's happening in Man of Steel. So he's in another movie looking at what's happening in the first movie from his perspective. You don't get that in a James Gunn movie. It's not that deep. Even when with the whole when in the Justice League movie, when Cyborg was trying to remove the mother boxes and the Flash had to run around to get enough charge so he can touch him, the world blew up. Everybody died. But the Flash ran back in time, pushed the time back, ended up touching Cyborg and brought everybody, and you could see all of their skin and everything come back together. You're not getting that in this movie. I'm not saying you have to get that. Just the point I'm making is this movie is a DC Marvel movie. That's all this is. And I'm not cracking on Marvel. I'm not cracking on Marvel. I'm saying you can tell that this movie took inspiration from Marvel.
That's my point.
This is nothing but a Guardians of the Galaxy with Superman. That's all this is.
That's exactly what it was too. It's funny you say that. That's exactly
right?
What it was.
So you got all of these characters that no one knows. Right? No one knows these characters. You didn't even do a proper introduction. You just slammed everybody into the characters. When you watch Man of
Mhm.
Steel, you got Superman, right? They show little bits and pieces of why he was the way he was. And even when his people say, I can't believe that Superman would let his dad die. The point that his dad was making was Batman is going to kill you in the future if you reveal who you are. That was the reason he didn't say Batman, but that was the reason why his father said, you can't show people who you are. So at the end of the movie, he fighting Zod. Batman sees it. I gotta kill this dude, and he did. He did. He almost did, and then he ends up getting killed by Lex Luthor through Doomsday. You know what I'm saying? So it made sense. A lot of people be saying these things, and I'd be like, "What are you talking about?" So when his father said, "No, I'll rather die than see you die," that's what it is. You don't get those moments like that in this movie. In Zack Snyder movie, Man of Steel was much more serious, like much more serious than this movie. It felt like, if you look at Superman, he looks like an alien. Superman is an alien. Look at his suit. Look at his suit. His suit looks like an alien suit. Superman is an alien. He's from outer space. He's not from here. He shouldn't have a suit where the suit is like knitted together. This suit right here is literally from his planet. You know what I'm saying? So it's a proper representation of what Superman is. So I think that when I look at this movie, I like David Cornsweet, but to me, he feels like Batman, Superman's son. He feels like Superman's son to me, like he's Superboy. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like. I feel like he's Superman's older son, and Henry Cavill is Superman, and he's watching his oldest son fight. And then on top of that, he got his ass kicked the whole movie.
Oh my goodness, you were absolutely right. Like
What?
they, I couldn't understand that. It was beyond me that his dog was more thorough than him.
Bro,
Like, why are you getting like look, we all know that he's weakened by kryptonite. We get it. But how the heck is he always getting into like these certain predicaments throughout the movie? He's like he gave himself up, which we understand because in Man of Steel, Superman did give himself up too. So God put that out there. But at at no point in time when he gave himself up in Man of Steel did he look like a pussy. No times whatsoever. He even said it. You know I can get out of here, right? You know I can leave, right? He chose to stay.
it,
This man was.
the crazy thing is, I'm sorry for cutting you off. It just looked better. It looked better. I'm like, this looks corny. It looked better. Like when you look at Man of Steel, and he's sitting there, and she asks him, what does the S stand for? And he says it stands for hope. And all the acting was better. It just looks better. The military was there. He broke it, got out, and he said, look, he flying over top, and they got the tanks pointing at him. Look, don't play no games with me. You know what I mean? Like I could destroy all y'all right now if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And to
That's my
me,
point.
that's what made Man of Steel feel it. If you go back and watch Man of Steel now, you would 100% understand why that movie is much better. And that was probably one of the greatest superhero movies of all time, in my opinion. If you watch it now, after you watch this movie, and then you go watch that, and that movie came out, I believe, in 2013. 2013. Hey Siri, when did Superman's Man of Steel come out? 2013. And we're in 2025. And you got a movie looking like this?
Yeah.
What? And that movie came out in 2013, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
You know another thing that I'm sorry that I have to point out too is Guy Gardner. Come on, man. Come on. Look, I got nothing against the character, but introducing him in a movie when he wasn't even the more popular Green Lantern. Hal Jordan, and it was John Stewart.
Must
Those are the most popular Green Lantern. Choose between those two. Why are you choosing Guy Gardner of all Green Lanterns?
and he looked corny. He looked corny.
Yes.
Like he looked what is that, man? He looked corny. He looked he had a bowl cut. He got a bowl cut in the comic books.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Corny.
he does.
Like, I'm just saying, man, when I'm put to you like this. When I seen Martian Manhunter in Man of Steel, I mean in Justice League, fire. When I seen the other ending, not the Martian Manhunter ending, there's actually an ending with John Stewart, as you know, he comes out at the Green Lantern, the black guy, fire. When I seen Batman, when he fought Superman with the Hellcat suit, I mean, not the Hellcat suit, but it was the suit that he had on in the comic books. He literally wore that same suit in the comic book with his eyes lit up. Fire. Everything was basically the same. When he had the sonic waves at Superman, all of that was in the comic book. All of that. If you go look at the Batman vs Superman comic book, it's all basically the same. You look at this goofy, I'm like, come on, James Gunn. Come on. Me personally, I don't think a lot of these people, how would I say this? I think a lot of these movie producers, they so full of themselves that they don't really care about the fans, and they don't care how the quality of these movies. Like, I always thought that Zack Snyder was the best hope for DC to compete with Marvel. I always felt like that. Because you gotta understand, Zack Snyder is one person. Marvel almost tripled their movies. You had Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. You had Thor, all these Thors. You had Endgame. It was like, I think they had about 30 movies compared to DC's 12 or something like that, right? And the ones that Zack Snyder did, it was only about 4. So you got 4. So it's one man versus all of them. But my issue was when they hired these other guys to come in to try to fix DC, they didn't really fix DC. Only thing they did was try to make it look like Marvel. That's it. You look at all of the movies, from the Harley Quinn movie, like, why would you not have the Joker in the movie, which is retarded to me? Then you go to the Suicide Squad, which is actually the first one was actually pretty good. I liked the Suicide Squad, the first one. The David Ayer Suicide Squad was actually pretty good. The James Gunn Suicide Squad wasn't bad, but it wasn't better than the first Suicide Squad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then you had, like, they trying to make movies more like Endgame and more like what they call that? Not the Justice League. What's the Avengers? They try to make movies like that. But when you look at Zack Snyder's Justice League, it wasn't trying to be like the Avengers. You had the Trinity. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Flash and you got Jason Momoa. But that team, the Justice League, is just as popular as the Avengers, or they might be about the same. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like they were trying to copy off each other, because you remember the Justice League cartoon with the Wonder Twins and all that. We all remember those cartoons from back in the day. Same thing with the Avengers. We know who the Avengers are and all that stuff. So it wasn't that. But when you start to introduce other characters who nobody knows, trying to push it towards the Justice League. I mean, towards the Avengers. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Some of these characters are corny. Like the one character, the polka dot man, that's corny. You know what I'm saying? That's corny. Nobody want, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you get rid of Will Smith's character, which I don't know why, because he was fire. It's like, come on, bro. It was just corny, man.
It was man.
Corny.
I was very disappointed as a comic book fan in general, it's not about even me gravitating so much towards Marvel. It's the fact I'm a comic book fan in general. So I like both franchises for different reasons. I like both comic books for different reasons. I like Marvel because of this. I like DC because of this. When you try to make them mirror one another, it's for a person that's trying to introduce themselves to comic books, it'll be hard for them to tell the difference. If I show this to my son who did watch some of it with me, he's gonna think it's a Marvel movie. You got you got Superman looking like Captain America.
100%. 100%. I didn't understand why they chose to go this route. And I think that these companies don't listen to the fans. They don't.
Nope.
And this goes for Marvel too. These companies don't listen to the fans. You made all of the Avengers women, like all of them. All of them are women now. It's like, and then you got. I don't get me wrong. I think that there's some super crazy women characters in movies. I'm not disputing that. I think that is a good thing to have diversity when it comes to women being in the lead roles. I get it. But when you start switching stuff up, like, and we'll talk about the Fantastic Four another time. I don't even want to bring that up. I'm just saying, I think that when you dealing with DC now, it's like you're watching a Marvel movie now. That's basically what it is to me, because it's no different now. All of these superhero movies are trash now to me. None of them are good. I walked out on The Flash. I ended up watching The Flash when I was home months later. I watched the rest of it, and it was corny. It was so corny. And it's like, these movies, to me, they have no sense of direction. The special effects don't be really that good no more. Like, if you got a movie from 2013 still smoking, y'all, then I just don't. I wouldn't even go further than that. What's the name came out? The Dark Knight. Hey Siri, when did The Dark Knight come out? Hey Siri, when did The Dark Knight come out? That was 2008. So you got a movie from 2008. Special effects is better than 2025. Like, these are elite movies we talking about. The top movie, in my opinion, is The Dark Knight. You don't get no better than that. You know what I'm saying? Then you got when Marvel came and they did that run, which was crazy, that classic run they did all the way up to the Endgame. After Endgame, it's like, what is all of this? So when people say superhero fatigue, I'm 100% on board with that. I'll still watch the movies, but it has gotten to the point where there's just like, it's no point of watching them no more. Because now they keep doing a bunch of stuff that it's like, this ain't even in the comic books, man. Get this out of here. I don't want to see this. That's how I feel.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. It just was disappointing to watch. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know, James Gunn. If you listen, if this is the route you try to take, man, I just don't see you lasting that much longer under the umbrella of DC. If this is the route you're taking, because I'm pretty sure we're not the only ones that feel this way. Like, we're not the only ones that feel this way. This could have been way better than what it came out to be. It could have been way better. And as a fan in general, I'm just disappointed. Like, I have no, there's nothing in my mind that won't make me go and watch this movie again. I don't want to go watch it again. I could watch Man of Steel 1,000 times. I could watch the Justice League. I could watch all them joints 1,000 times. I would never want to watch Superman no more than once, maybe even twice, just because my kids might want to go want to watch it again. But
And you do realize that the Justice League was 4 hours long.
mm-hmm.
And people literally watched that movie. It came out at 12 o'clock. I went to sleep at 4 when it went off. And it felt like it was only 2 hours. It was 4 hours long. And people watching that movie over this movie. 4 hours. You see the beginning of the movie, they have Zeus, they have all the new gods. All the new gods is in the movie. They show Zeus, they show all of them. You know what I'm saying? They show all of them. They didn't even show Darkseid. It's like, bro, the way Zack Snyder ended that movie, Darkseid was supposed to come to Earth. And now James Gunn starts all over again and puts all these characters in the movie that nobody knows. I have no problem with Mr. Terrific being in the movie, but no one knows who the hell he is. No one knows. It should have been a slow burn with this movie. Make it to where people want to see the next one. I don't even want to see the next one.
Like, Neither do I. Nah. And it's not that I was ragging on Mr. Terrific. I'm just saying, like, the way the dialogue was, the way they had him in the film, like, I enjoy the black representation, but I don't enjoy the how y'all presenting the guy, and almost like y'all it's like y'all want to stir up some controversy because the movie's not getting what it's supposed to get. Y'all want to do that. Because if y'all didn't want to do that, I just feel like they would have presented him differently. If you got to put him in the movie, y'all would have presented him a lot differently. But y'all didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, you're right, man. I don't know. But yeah, man, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for joining me. Look, man, thank y'all for joining us, man. Appreciate y'all, all y'all Superman fans, man. I'm disappointed in James Gunn, but I had to get somebody on here, different opinion. So see y'all in the next one. Peace. Bye.